friends, welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing a drugstore starter kit. I have this makeup bag right here full of goodies from the drugstore, all products that you can find at either Target or Walmart or the drugstore side of Ulta. I make this look right here for you guys using just all affordable drugstore makeup. I know that when you go to Walmart and Target and all of the above, and you go into the makeup aisle, it can be very overwhelming. There's just so much makeup out there on the market, which is good. I think that's a good thing, so people have options, but it's like, how do you decipher what's good and what's worth your money and what's not? So, like I said, I've got this whole bag here full of goodies that I think probably are worth your money, and I really like how this look turned out, and I don't think that you would know I use all drugstore makeup unless you knew I use all drugstore makeup. Before we get started, don't forget to upload every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday for you guys. If you like this video while you're watching it, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. It really does help my channel out. And other than that, if you're excited and you want to hear about some drugstore goodies and a makeup starter kit, then let's go ahead and get started. All right, so we're going to start off with eyes. And for my eyes, I have the BH Cosmetics Hanging in Hawaii palette. Okay, I know you can't get this at like Walmart or Target or anything like that. However, BH Cosmetics is sold on the drugstore side of Ulta, and it's very, very affordable. I think this palette is like $12 or something like that, and BH Cosmetics is always on sale either on Ulta or their own website. And just look at this color story. It's stunning. I've talked about this palette a couple times on my channel, but I haven't had a chance to show it in action. So I want to show it in action for you. So we're going to do a little pinky look today. I got this pink shirt going on. So I figured, why not vibe, match my shirt, and wear pink. So I'm going to start off with this Ohana shade, which is light pink, and we're going to put that into our crease. This palette is extra special to me because I went shopping with my mom and my sister right before quarantine back in 2020, like three weeks before literally the whole world shut down. And we were just like perusing the Ulta aisles, and I was just like showing them all the makeup. My mom and sister just really are not into makeup like myself, so I was like showing them all the goodies, like, oh, I just got this, or I want to try this, blah, blah, blah. And I came up to this palette and I was like, oh, I love this palette. I think it's beautiful. I want to try it one day, but I'll eventually get it. It's affordable. I'll eventually buy it for myself. And my mom was so sweet, and she was like, well, I'll just pick it up for you today. Why not? So she bought this for me, and I just have a soft spot in my heart because of that. I already thought it was a beautiful palette, but the fact that she bought it for me was just so sweet. This is a very light pink shade. You definitely have to layer it up quite a bit, and it doesn't show up too much, but that's fine. It's just a really nice like base shade. So now I'm going to take this Paradise shade right here, and we're going to basically do the same thing. We're gonna deepen up the crease with it. I take it on a smaller, more precise brush, put it into our crease. I'm not gonna do a crazy eye look today. I'm just gonna do something really simple, but still a look that's able to show off how beautiful these shades are. Gonna go back in with Ohana. I have never been to Hawaii, but man, do I want to go. My sister and her husband have gone, and then one of my best friends and her husband have gone, and they all four just said it was magical and amazing. Maybe one day Mike and I will get there. Who knows? Alrighty, so again, simple eye look. I'm just gonna take my NYX glitter primer, and then we're going to put this Luau shade all over my lid. So let's reach back into our starter kit and pull out my NYX glitter primer. You guys see me use this all of the time. I know that like more expensive brands like Too Faced and that kind of stuff have glitter primers like this, but I'm telling you, this NYX one is like $6 or something like that, and it's usually on sale, and it is so good. I feel like you don't need to splurge for the more expensive brands when this one does the job for a fraction of the price. And that is my very simple pink eye look using the Hanging in Hawaii palette. I'm gonna go do the other eye, and then we're moving on, baby. We got more drugstore goodies to try out. You guys are gonna have to let me know down in the comments what you think of this video, because every single solitary category I had more than one option, and I just had to narrow down to like one item. But I could do this at least one more time, maybe even two more times with all the, you know, drugstore goodies that I own. Like obviously I use the BH Hanging in Hawaii palette, but there's the e.l.f. Bite Size palettes. I'm going to use my Catrice Aqua Fresh Hydro Primer, Fresh It Up like hydrating primer, but there's the e.l.f. Putty Primer, there's the e.l.f. Jelly Primer. There's just like so many good products at the drugstore that I could definitely like do this again. So let me know down below if you'd like to see that. But again, I'm just gonna take my hydrating primer from Catrice and add that. This has slowly become one of like my favorite primers. It's just so hydrating and just lovely on the face. My makeup always seems to wear well under it. Obviously, if you do not really like need a hydrating primer, there are a lot more options out there for you. I actually have one from Catrice that's like the Pores Be Gone. I guess I could have used that one. I don't think I've used it on my channel yet. That's like a more pore filling primer. So it doesn't matter what your skin needs are, you could definitely find a good drugstore primer out there for you. Reaching back into my bag of goodies for foundation, I went ahead and chose the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. This was like all the rage like this time last year. Everyone loved it. And I myself think it's a really great primer. I have been through one whole bottle and then repurchased it. I have this shade 400 Pearl. So we're gonna use that today. I hope it's not too light. I think it'll be fine. If not, we will bronze up the face, which I always do anyways. You guys are like, yeah, we know, Emily, you use a lot of bronzer. Yeah, this might be a little light. Oh, hopefully not. But this foundation had a bunch of hype behind it for good reason. It's a really great foundation. It does have like a little bit of a fresh scent to it. So if you're sensitive to scents, definitely keep that in mind. But it just has like a good medium coverage, but just wears really nicely on the skin and just looks beautiful like once you get it all blended out. And I feel like for a drugstore foundation, they have a pretty good shade range as well last time I checked. And I know they did a shade expansion as well. Like I think this used to be the lightest shade and I think they have ones like lighter than it now. And I'm assuming they expanded the other way as well and made deeper options too. Got this all blended in, and now for concealer, we have the Milani Conceal and Perfect Longwear Concealer. I have the shade 110 Nude Ivory. I just got this not that long ago. I've only used it one other time and I liked it. So let's give it a go again. I have just heard a ton about this concealer, honestly, throughout the years because it's been around for a really long time. And I've just heard really good reviews about it. So I wanted to finally give it a go myself. The one time I used it under my eyes and I liked it. It was actually in a trying new makeup video that I already have up, so I can link it in the eye down below for you in case you missed it. But again, I have like 2 or 3 other drugstore concealer options that I could do in another video, so let me know if you want to see that. I can like hear my cat out in my living room messing with things. I should probably go check on that. Be right back. Well, good thing I went and checked. He literally was inside my purse just pulling things out and playing with them and eating them. Rest in peace to the 2 Old Navy masks that he destroyed. I love my cat with my entire heart, but he makes me so mad sometimes. He loves eating the like ear things, the elastic part that holds the mask behind your ears. He has ruined so many Old Navy masks. And I know it was my fault for leaving my purse like open for him to get into, but geez Louise, I'm not kidding you guys, like 10 masks have had to throw away over the course of the year because he just destroys them. I'm trying not to show how annoyed I am on camera right now, but moving on. Moving on, for powder, I chose the e.l.f. Cosmetics Halo Glow Setting Powder. I'm not gonna lie, this is not my favorite setting powder from the drugstore. I like the Maybelline Fit Me powder way more. I love that setting powder. I've been through one whole one and then the one I have now is almost gone. But I talk about that one all the time and I've used that powder a bunch in the past on my channel. So I decided to go with the e.l.f. one instead today. I just have the light one, I think. Yeah, light. So we're gonna use this to set under my eyes and my whole face. I think he's just in an ornery mood today because even this morning, he normally just sits there and relaxes and lays on my lap while I'm like editing videos in the morning and watching YouTube and like getting ready for my day to film, like while I'm drinking my coffee and stuff. And even this morning, he just was like all over the place. He kept like clawing at our couch and trying to get under it because his toys like get stuck up under the couch. So he tries to get them, but then he's like clawing the couch and like he like did not lay with me at all. So I think he's just in a mood today, I think. Next up for bronzer, we have the Maybelline City Bronzer. This might not be much of a surprise to some of you guys because I have talked about this bronzer quite a bit. I actually have like a whole one that I pretty much used up. I'm just like using it as my nose contour because there's so little just around the edge that I like get my little tiny nose contour brush and use it. I'm trying to use this all up. I really am. I just want it to be gone. But I loved it so much that I missed it, so I bought another full size of it. This is a really, really lovely drugstore bronzer. It's just a lovely bronzer in general. It just so happens to be from the drugstore. I have the shade 100, which is the lightest one it comes in. I believe this comes in 3 shades, and it's $10. It's only $9.99, so it's a really good deal. And I just really love it. I feel like it is a really good tone for my skin. It like always looks good on me. I feel like it never really gets patchy or like too intense or anything like that. Then I take my basically empty one and nose contour. Another thing I wanted to say is that I also have a bunch of cream products that I could use, like cream bronzers, cream blush from the drugstore in like another version of this video. Today I'm using all powders, but I do have creams that I really love too from the drugstore. So again, for the 3rd time, let me know what you think and if you would like to see that as well. Then for blush, we have my e.l.f. Always Cheeky. This is their like primer infused blush in the shade Always Cheeky. I feel like this is gonna be a little peachy for my look. I would want more of like a pink blush, but I don't have like a really pink blush from the drugstore, so this is what we got going for us. It still looks fine though. I'm just being dramatic. These are awesome. They're primer infused, so they last forever, and as you can tell, I really love this one. It was in my project pan of 2020. I wanted to finish this up in 2020. And as you can see, we're halfway through 2021 and that's still not the case. I underestimated how difficult and how time consuming, not only time consuming, but just how long it takes to finish a blush. So who knows when I will actually finish this, but I still love it and I'm still trying. Highlight. I have one of my favorite highlights ever. It's from the drugstore, and it is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder, and I have the shade Blossom Glow. You guys, these highlights are blinding, and they are literally, well, they used to be like $2 or $3. I think they bumped them up a little bit to like $5 or $6, but they're on sale a lot of the times, so you can get them for like literally a couple dollars. I've had this one for maybe 2-3 years now, and as you can see, I've hit pan. I love this highlight so much. It has like a little bit of a pinky tone to it, which I think is beautiful. So I love wearing it with like pink eyeshadow looks and all of that. And it's just blinding for a couple dollars. Like, come on. Look at that. That is so pretty. I know these are not a new product at all, and so many people have raved about this over the years, and rightfully so, because these are bomb. Also gonna use that in my inner corner. So I just mixed together those 2 pink shades, the Ohana and Paradise shade, and ran that along my lower lash line to finish up the eyes. Now for brows, I have the Milani Weekend Brow, which you have seen me use a bajillion times on my channel. It is one of my favorite brow products ever. And then also to set it down with a gel, I have the Makeup Revolution. This is their, what is this? Like their high brow gel, I believe is what it's called. I have the shade Medium Brown. I've talked about this gel in the past. I don't love it, but it's like really the only drugstore brow gel I own at the moment, so we're gonna use it for today. This I love though. I feel like it gives me like perfect hair-like strokes. You can go a little overboard if you're not careful, which I feel like I tend to do that quite often, but a lot of the times if I just run a spoolie through it, that seems to help. I wish Milani would expand the shade range. I think they only have like 3. I have the shade Medium Brown, but I've had this pen forever, like literally for probably almost a year now, and I use it all the time and it is still going strong. I have no idea when I'm going to use it up and the ink is going to be gone, which is good. And I think it's only like $10, so you can literally buy a $10 brow pen and it's going to last you forever, which is so nice. With the brow gel, I don't love the shade on me. It's a little bit too warm and it picks up a ton of product on the spoolie. So I have to really, really wipe it off. And even when I do that, it just seems to still be a little like too aggressive. But I do like how small the spoolie is. That's nice. It's just not my favorite. I'm gonna like, look at that. I got a big old clump up there. Even after I just wiped off basically all of it. So yeah, I'm gonna try to use this up, but it's not my favorite. For mascara, I have the Essence, the False Lashes Mascara. This is their Extreme Volume and Curl Hold. I need to try more Essence mascaras. I really, really do. I feel like this one is okay. It's not like my favorite mascara ever. I just don't really think it does too much for my lashes. So I definitely need to try out more from them because people swear by Essence mascaras. And I just like haven't found one that I'm just like totally head over heels in love with. Got a big old clump on my... What is up with these products clumping on me right now? What the heck? I also have the Maybelline Sky High But again, it's not my favorite. I haven't found like a drugstore mascara that I'm in love with by any brand. So if you could leave some recommendations down below, that would be wonderful. I would love to try out more. I just feel like for this being called Extreme Volume and Curl, I don't have extreme volume or curl. So next up for lips, we have quite the extra pairing. You definitely don't need all of these steps and all of these products, but I have a lip liner, a lipstick, and a gloss. Again, you don't need all of these. I just got into lip liner like a month ago. So had I filmed this a month ago, I would not be including this. But this is the NYX Cosmetics Slide On, Glide On, Stay On, and definitely Turn On Waterproof Extreme Color Liner. So this lip liner is so good, the name has to be this long. Does it, NYX? This is in the shade Need Me. So I'm just gonna line my lips with this. And then I have a Flower Beauty lipstick. This is their Petal Pout lip color, and I have the shade Naked Blush. So we're gonna put this on. And you could stop here for sure, but I love like glossy lips. So I'm gonna add on the Maybelline Lifter lip glosses, and this is in the shade Reef. It's just like a really pretty pink shade. I have two of these. I have this one, which is Reef, and then also Stone, and they're really pretty. I definitely need to reach for them more often, but they have a beautiful like shiny look to the lips. I really like them. And I know they just had a shade expansion, so maybe you might want to check that out. And the last goodie in my makeup starter kit is setting spray. Again, there are tons of good setting sprays at the drugstore. You really don't need to spend a ton of money on a setting spray. And the one I chose to focus on today is the Wet n Wild Matte Finish Setting Spray. They have the matte one and they also have a natural finish one. I like both. I've used both in the past. I've been through like 3 of the natural ones, and I think this is like my 3rd matte one. So the mister on them, I'm not gonna lie, at least from my past experiences, I haven't used this one yet. I just bought it. The mister on this is not that great. Sometimes it can like jet out at you, but the actual product is really lovely and like really does hold your makeup on well and all of that. And these are, I think, $4.99. So for $5, you can like put up with a not that great mister. You know what I mean? Let me test it out. Okay. Actually, that mist was like really nice and fine. I'll have to let you know if it starts gunking up and getting like those jetty spots, because that's what the old ones used to do. But I also haven't used one of these in probably over a year, so they might have improved the nozzle. I am not sure. But that was it, you guys. That was my makeup starter kit. Every single solitary item in every single makeup category for you guys. I have some goodies here that I just genuinely love. Like some of these are my favorites. Some of them I'm like, I'm a little on the fence about, so you could definitely get other products from other brands. But I really, really like how this makeup look turned out. And I feel like if you didn't know that I was wearing all drugstore makeup, you wouldn't know that I was wearing all drugstore makeup. You know what I mean? I just think that like everything just coincides so nicely together. There's just some really high quality products at the drugstore. You don't need to spend a ton of money on makeup to get beautiful looks. Now, if you want to splurge and treat yourself and buy the expensive Pat McGrath, Charlotte Tilbury's, like Natasha Denoda's, be my guest. I do that too. You guys know, spend money on expensive makeup as well, but you don't have to if you don't want to. And these are a bunch of goodies that I just genuinely love and wanted to tell you guys about. If you have any other drugstore suggestions, please leave them down below for me. I want to try more from the drugstore, I really do. But other than that, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. You're awesome and I love you. Please subscribe if you have not yet, and hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys.